Eggs, a superfood for seniors or a hidden danger. Have you ever wondered why you sometimes wake up in the morning with aching legs, swollen joints, or unexplained muscle stiffness despite eating a nutritious diet? Even if you maintain an active lifestyle, eat protein-rich foods like eggs and drink plenty of water, the pain might still be there. This puzzle for many older adults isn't about what you consume, but rather about how you combine specific foods. And eating eggs with the wrong meals is one of the most surprising combos that can cause persistent inflammation and leg pain. So why should older adults be cautious when choosing egg pairings? Because they are rich in protein, vitamins like B12, and essential minerals like choline, eggs are often called a superfood. They boost energy, muscle recovery, and brain health. However, as we age, our bodies become more vulnerable to certain inflammatory triggers, especially as our immune system deteriorates and digestion slows down. Certain dietary combinations, particularly those involving eggs, can cause mild inflammation in adults over 60, leading to joint stiffness, leg pain, and even swelling in the ankles, knees, or feet. No senior wants to risk having their mobility reduced, arthritis symptoms worsened, or nerves damaged by this inflammation. Let's look at 6 foods you should never eat with eggs and why the results can be more detrimental than you might imagine. 1. Processed meats, ham, sausage, and bacon. Sizzling bacon in the morning is more than just breakfast for many older Americans. It serves as a comfort, a ritual, and a remembrance. Eggs with a side of ham or sausage may have been the standard breakfast for decades. But what if that exact combination, so well known and cherished, is silently causing your knees to enlarge, your joints to become tight, and your legs to ache? Bacon, sausage, and ham are examples of processed meats that are high in saturated fat, artificial preservatives, and sodium nitrates. In addition to being tough on the heart, these are powerful inducers of systemic inflammation, particularly in those over 60. Our body's ability to absorb and eliminate these substances gradually diminishes with age. As a result, especially in the joints of the lower body and muscles where blood circulation has already been compromised due to aging, inflammation accumulates. Add eggs to the mixture now. Eggs are nutrient-dense in and of themselves, but they also contain sulfur compounds that, when mixed with nitrates in processed meats, can raise blood uric acid levels. A well-known cause of gout-like symptoms, pain, redness, and swelling, particularly in the knees and feet, is high uric acid levels. These symptoms can be more noticeable later in the day or after breakfast, and you might not be aware that they are related to what you ate in the morning. Beyond physical discomfort, this silent inflammation can cause reduced mobility and increased risk of falling, and even emotional exhaustion from enduring daily suffering. This kind of diet gradually erodes your independence in addition to taking away your strength. Therefore, consider whether 5 minutes of flavor are worth the possibility of a flare-up the next time you're tempted to reach for that slice of bacon. 2. Refined carbohydrates, white bread, bagels, and muffins. A warm slice of toast, a buttered bagel, or a soft muffin next to your morning eggs has a truly reliable quality. This is more than just breakfast for a lot of us. They represent familiarity, simplicity, and home. But as we age, it's critical to look past comfort and start considering the effects of diet on our bodies, particularly on our joints, legs, and vitality. White bread, bagels, and muffins are examples of refined carbohydrates that have had their natural fiber and nutrients removed. They quickly convert to sugar when consumed, leading to sudden spikes in blood sugar. The body reacts to these unexpected surges in an effort to protect you. Your immune system releases inflammatory signals when it perceives this increase in blood sugar as a danger, particularly in weight-bearing areas like the knees, ankles, and feet. These messengers gradually erode the soft tissues in your joints. These blood sugar changes are more dangerous for elderly people whose metabolic and circulatory systems have naturally slowed down. These processed carbohydrates promote persistent inflammation in your legs and make every step feel more difficult, uncomfortable, or simply diarrheal. Your digestion slows down even more when you combine refined carbohydrates with eggs, which are a protein-rich and fat-dense food. This results in an accumulation of inflammation in the gut that travels through the bloodstream and frequently reaches the joints, particularly those that are already weak due to arthritis or age. So, even though enjoying a soft piece of white bread with fried eggs might appear innocent, it might be the silent cause of your morning stiffness or evening leg swelling. It's possible that your plate is the source of the sudden pain. 3. Cheese, especially melted or processed cheese. There's no doubt that a warm cheese omelet or fried eggs with melted cheese on top are satisfying. Cheese has long been a comfort food for many older adults because it is rich, creamy, and familiar. Most people are unaware, however, that this seemingly harmless addition might be subtly causing the stiffness and pain they experience on a regular basis. Our bodies become more sensitive to inflammation as we age, and processed cheese, like the kind frequently seen at breakfast, contains a number of chemicals that exacerbate joints and muscles, particularly those in the lower body. Those over 60 who may already have deteriorating gut health may experience inflammation due to the high saturated fat content, chemical additives, and milk protein casein found in cheese, especially the processed or melted variety. Over time, our digestive system loses its effectiveness, making it harder to digest heavier foods. When rich and thick eggs and cheese are combined, the result is sluggish, difficult digestion of a heavy meal in the stomach, and causes the body to release emergency signals. The outcome is a cascade of inflammatory reactions that frequently appear as stiffness in the ankles, aches in the calves, or swelling in the knees, especially after meals or when you wake up. Not only does this discomfort make it difficult for you to stand or walk, but it gradually erodes your confidence and independence. Even small pleasures like gardening or walking to the mailbox can seem overwhelming when every action becomes a strain. Nightshade vegetables, bell peppers, potatoes, and tomatoes. We've been told for the majority of our lives that vegetables are always healthy, and in many aspects they are. However, not all vegetables affect the aging body equally, especially those that are prone to arthritis or joint stiffness. For instance, nightshades, potatoes, eggplant, bell peppers, and tomatoes. These bright, colorful items are frequently offered on the side of or mixed into omelets as part of a nutritious breakfast. However, these seemingly harmless vegetables could be silently causing joint discomfort, particularly in the legs, knees, and feet for many older adults. Solanine, a natural substance found in nightshades, can aggravate inflammation and interfere with nerve function in some people. Our body's ability to filter and eliminate these substances is impaired with age, especially if liver or kidney function is impaired. As a result, stiffness, swelling, and even burning sensations are caused by the accumulation of solanine, which irritates soft tissues. The symptoms frequently resemble nerve damage or arthritis. You might experience this aching, especially in the mornings or after meals, and wonder why your knees are getting stiffer, your legs feel heavier, or your feet are getting tenderer every day. Even more tragically, the fact that so many seniors eat nightshades with eggs because they think it's a healthy, high-protein meal. However, this combination creates the ideal storm for sensitive people. The body that is already fighting age-related inflammation is overloaded, which results in chronic pain that appears suddenly but actually gradually develops over many years. Even while you might not associate that night's leg pain with a few diced tomatoes in your omelet, your body is aware of it. It might be time to examine vegetables more closely if you've been dealing with unexplained joint discomfort despite eating a healthy diet. 5. Sugar, jams, jellies, ketchup, or sugary drinks. A small glass of orange juice at the breakfast table, a spoonful of jam on toast, a dab of ketchup on eggs, or a little something sweet in the morning, all evoke fond memories. After a lifetime of hard work, these small pleasures may seem innocent, even justifiable. However, for the aging body, even small amounts of added sugar can cause a host of potential harms that manifest not only in blood sugar levels, but also in real physical discomfort, particularly in the joints and legs. As we age, our sugar tolerance drastically declines. Our pancreas becomes less efficient. Insulin resistance increases, and what was once a harmless treat becomes a powerful irritant that can cause inflammation and nerve discomfort. Glucose and insulin spikes caused by sugar entering the bloodstream irritate the sensitive tissues around blood vessels and joints. This eventually leads to glycation, a disorder in which sugar molecules link to body proteins, stiffening tissues, destroying cartilage, and reducing blood flow, especially to the lower extremities. The body still keeps track, even if you don't. Immediately associate the burning in your calves, the tingling in your feet, or the stiffness in your knees with that spoonful of jelly you had earlier. Sugar is not only delicious, but also for many older adults, especially those with diabetes, prediabetes, or impaired circulation. It is hostile in silence. It slows recovery even from minor aches and stresses, weakens healing, and compromises the immune system in ways no one would expect from something as harmless as a flavored drink. What started as mild discomfort can develop into chronic pain and loss of mobility, endangering independence. 6. Artificial butter substitutes or margarine. For many years, we were convinced that margarine was a heart-healthy butter substitute, a contemporary answer to a long-standing problem. Many well-meaning older adults made the switch because they thought it was a wise and safe decision. Today, however, science presents a very different picture. Artificial butter substitutes and margarine, especially those containing trans fats and hydrogenated oils, are not harmless. They can actually be among the most dangerous items on your breakfast plate, especially when combined with eggs. Our bodies are more sensitive to the type of fats we eat as we get older. Our joints are more vulnerable, and our cells are more delicate. The techniques used to make margarine alter the structure of fats producing trans fats. Such compounds are so harmful that they are banned in many nations. These lipids cause arterial stiffness, impair nutrient absorption, and interfere with the body's ability to process inflammation. Regular use of these fats, particularly when heated, as when they are spread on toast or used to fry eggs, causes oxidative stress which degrades collagen in joints and restricts blood flow to the legs. The consequences can be disastrous for seniors: pain in the calves, numbness in the feet, shooting pains in the knees, or even sudden unexpected cramps. These symptoms are frequently attributed to old age or poor circulation. But the real cause is frequently found in the oils used to make breakfast. Worse, the harm increases gradually over time, making it challenging to pinpoint the cause of the suffering. Inflammation, mobility, and maintaining the ability to walk freely without fatigue or fear of falling are now more important factors than cholesterol. What can seniors eat with eggs? Instead, eggs have a timeless quality to them. They are familiar, nourishing, and easy. An anchor in a constantly changing environment. Eggs can still rank among the important items on a senior's menu. High in protein, easy to digest, and packed with vital nutrients that promote energy, muscle strength, and brain function. However, cooking isn't the only way to make eggs work for you in your later years. What you decide to eat with them is key, because the precise combination can allow for the kind of mobility and comfort that allows you to continue doing the activities you love while also reducing inflammation and joint pain. Try surrounding your eggs with items that promote healing rather than harm, such as processed meats or refined bread. When lightly sautéed in olive oil, leafy greens like spinach, kale, or arugula have anti-inflammatory properties and are good for an aging digestive tract. Avocados provide heart-healthy lipids that actually promote joint health while adding a creamy mouthfeel without the risks of processed cheese. Sweet potatoes or quinoa provide robust, fiber-rich energy for those who prefer carbohydrates that don't increase blood sugar or cause inflammation. It's even more important how you prepare your eggs. Choose foods that are boiled, steamed, or lightly fried in healthy cooking fats such as coconut or olive oil. Steer clear of adding any savory toppings or cooking them with butter substitutes. Make your meals as natural, whole, and well-balanced as you can. These are subtle improvements rather than sacrifices. Changing what's on your plate is about preserving the life you've worked so hard to create. Your freedom, your joints, and your legs, not about sacrificing the flavors you love. They are worth more than a sweet jam or a side of bacon. Yes, food can cause harm, but it can also have positive effects. And you're not simply eating when you make the right decisions at the start of the day. You are making an investment in a more peaceful and pain-free future. You might be surprised to learn how powerful your plate is. Every choice we make at this point in our lives, every breath we take, every bit of what we consume has more meaning than ever before. Yet, the small things like what we habitually put on our plates in the morning have the biggest impact. Food is more than just fuel. It's a messenger. It communicates with your body in ways words cannot. It can yell inflammation or quietly heal. Furthermore, for many of us, the meals we've grown to love, such as eggs with bacon, bread, cheese, or sweet condiments, may subtly convey discomfort and stiffness to our legs, joints, and other components that sustain us throughout our lives. I've lived long enough to understand that ease can be a lie. I once thought that anything had to be safe if it tasted familiar, but I've learned otherwise from experience. Sometimes the body can be deceived by what soothes the tongue. I now view food as a form of dialogue between the past and the future, having come a long way down the road of age. Every meal affects where I will go from where I have been. Making better decisions at the table can also lead to fewer medications on the bedside and fewer mornings wondering why everything hurts. I've discovered I encourage you to view breakfast as more than just a routine. It's key if you've been dealing with unexplained leg pain, joint swelling, or simply the feeling that your body is moving slower than it should. You can still be friends with eggs, but only if you choose them carefully. You can change the script at any time since your body is constantly listening and responding. Allow your food to work for you rather than against you. Make breakfast a silent act of self-care, a declaration to your legs, hips, and knees that you continue to value your freedom, movement, and life. Because you and your plate still have power whether you are 60, 70, 80, or older. For more videos like this, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, What to Eat Over 60, and share our videos. I thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy life the way you see fit. What health insights have you learned that you intend to use in your own life? Share them in the comments below.